Hey friends, it's Will and welcome back to the channel. As you can probably tell from the intro, we're doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing a studio tour. I asked in my community page a few weeks ago if you guys would be interested in something like this, and well, this specifically, and I had an overwhelming majority of you guys, and well, I had a fantastic response from you guys saying you would love one, as some of you are putting together your own studio. So I thought, what better way to give you some inspiration than to show you around mine. So I'm not going to link everything in the description box, there's just far too much in here. I will do my best to show you. However, if there's something that you're particularly interested in, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I will do my best to give you the information you'd like. My details are in the description box below. As always, don't forget to like, follow and subscribe, subscribe and share, or whatever the YouTubey things are. And let's dive straight in, and I will show you around my perfect tiny leatherworking studio. Let's get started. This is my current stock of leather. It is currently a bit of a mess. I really do need to sort it out, but it's I store it in these cardboard tubes that are actually for storing carpet. I will see if I can find the details if you're interested, but yeah, that's my stock of leather. So coming up to my desk, this is my brand new website that's just gone live, which I'm very pleased about, TreveCambridge.com. So I am deaf, unfortunately, but when I'm editing and such, I do need to be able to hear stuff. So I've got these fantastic Adam Audio T7 something or others, which are amazing. I absolutely love them. A few months ago, well no, a few years ago now, I made myself a really nice crossbody bag, which I absolutely love. I'm not sure what's actually in here at the moment, not a lot. But if you guys would like to see a tutorial on how to, it's very well loved now. I actually need to make myself a new one. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how to make a crossbody bag of something similar to this, I will absolutely show you. Let me know in the description box below if that's something that you'd be interested in. Coming over, I've got the wonderful thing about my particular studio setup is it's all within the space of a very small square. The great thing about this is that if I'm working at my desk and I've just finished a pattern, for instance, I can very easily just spin around and start working on it. Absolutely love it. It's a very small studio, but it does work incredibly well. So this is one of the old YouTube hacks, I guess you could call it, YouTuber hacks, and it's just simply the Alex drawers and from IKEA, and an IKEA countertop screwed to it. Now, a lot of the YouTubers that I see, am I a YouTuber? I don't know. I make content. A lot of what they do is they just have them on here. They don't actually, they just rest them on the IKEA drawers themselves. But I've put little legs under there so that I can put lights and make it look like it's hovering. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm also a master's student, so I spend a lot of my life at this desk. But when I'm not studying, I obviously do a lot of leather work. At the back, I've got my Audio Technica AT2020 microphone, which I use to do all the voiceovers for my channel. And then that's connected to this Behringer MC22. So it's just a single input to output audio device, audio interface. I'm not the most technical human in the world. You might be asking, why do I have a set of keyboard and peripherals here, a keyboard and mouse here, but also a keyboard and mouse here? And it's because I have two computers. One is my MacBook Pro, which is at the back, which has a zillion wires connected to it, because MacBooks do that, I guess. But I also have a PC because I do a little bit of computer gaming when I'm not doing 800 million other things in my life. But that's that's my voiceover setup. And then when I spin around on my chair, I get over to my leatherwork setup, which is, I guess, what you guys are all here to see. So it's actually a desk that my brother made for me, and it's he got it to do some jewelry making, but he doesn't do that anymore, so he made me a desk with it. I get a lot of people asking me what is my cutting mat, and it's a Japanese style vinyl cutting mat, because I don't like the ones with grids on. I use a clear plastic ruler because I find it much easier and less dangerous to leather. It doesn't scratch the leather as much. So that's where I get my grid from. And then I have this vinyl cutting mat, which I absolutely love. It's really, because it's quite dense, it means that you don't have to put a lot of force through the blade to cut, and therefore you don't go through as many blades, and you don't have to sharpen as frequently. I obviously have my assortment of glues, hammers, and edge paint. So I only use Uniter's edge paint if you're interested. This is a Barry King maul. So I've tried hammers, but I'm too used to mauls. These particular ones are very, very expensive. They're about £70 or $80 each, I believe. But they've got a really nice weight to them. I'm not particularly bothered about that, but I really like the stacked leather handles on them. But they're just a plastic maul, and I like them a lot. I've had this for years. I get everyone asking me which glue I use. So oh god, is that going to focus? I use EcoSar 16PIU, which is a water-based adhesive. It's really, really good. I a whole bunch of them. And I absolutely love this particular glue. I can't recommend it enough, actually. If I had a link for like a discount code, I would give it to you, but I don't, as the Pro Italia Plus, which is where I get a huge amount of my stuff, don't actually have discount. This is a fantastic hack for you guys. It's a standing block, so you can get these for like £3 or like $2 or something silly. And I put all of my awls in it. So I've got a selection of different awls. I've got my diamond awls, which I use for stitching. I've got my round awls, which I obviously use for marking leather and scratching stuff. This is a handmade one that I got from a maker in the US, which is rather beautiful. I don't use it very often, but it is a beautiful one to use. It's a very small handle, actually, but I do enjoy it. The one I use most frequently is this one by Jerome David, a French maker. You can get it from Rocky Mountain in the US. Really, really like that all. But yeah, I've got a selection of different ones, and they are all as used as, like, I use them all equally, like beautiful Japanese ones, made by Okada, Okada, fabulous maker in Japan. As you can tell, bit of a tool slut, not gonna lie. The Okada also made these for me. They're very heavy, kilo brass weights with leather pads on for holding patterns in place, obviously where you guys sit each week, twice a week. Now this is one of my pride and joys. It is my new logo, which I made recently. Absolutely love it. And it's my 3mm set of French style pricking irons. When you buy the set, they come in this absolutely gorgeous walnut box. They're not cheap. But they're absolutely not expensive. So this set was £100 and something, and for that you get these just stunning tools. I've tried Blanchard, I've tried KS Blade Punch, I've tried a whole bunch of different manufacturers, and these are by far my favourite. I can do a review on them if you'd like. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a review on that. Pro Italia Plus also recently sent over this spool tree, which I am a huge fan of. It instead of having a tool rack, which I have on the wall over there, which has an assortment of my less used ones, I have this beautiful tool tree. So as you can see, I've got my most used needles on the top. I can't remember the size, but I can't remember the size. I'm doing a video on thread very soon, so keep an eye out for that. But it just gives it a nicer appearance and looks nicer in my videos, of course. And then moving over, as you can see, it's a very small desk. It's not big, but it fits the space very well and allows me to work really, really efficiently. So I move over to, I'm right-handed, so I keep my creaser on the right-hand side of my desk. It's a Regard creaser, if that's yes it is. It's a Regard creaser. They are probably the most expensive creasers you can buy. I didn't buy it for that reason. It was actually a birthday present when I first started leatherwork. But the assortment of heads you can get for it is kind of bonkers. So I've only got a few. Well, saying that I've got 6. But they've all got different reasons. So this is, I use that for glazing paint. This is a scale smoother. It's a brass scale smoother, and it's for taking the creases out of reptile skin. And then I've got a round creaser for going around bends and curves where the normal creaser doesn't work as efficiently, which is the FN3. Doesn't work as efficiently, as effectively, I should say. And then of course I've got my tool rack, which I'm not going to go through every single tool here. I've got dozens. But the tool rack itself is from the same manufacturer, same maker as my skiving knife, which I'm absolutely in love with. And it's an Endeavour by Jinlin Leather. I can't pronounce his name correctly, and I'm sorry about that. But this skiving knife is probably the most beautiful skiving knife I've ever used in my entire life. It's ridiculously sharp and works fantastically. And he also makes, or had made, or I don't know how he does it, the tool stand, which is really, really, really nice. I'm a big fan of walnut, if you couldn't tell. And then on the last thing on the right hand side here is my the last thing on the right hand side here is my clicker press. So it's right underneath the light, which makes it difficult to film. But that's my clicker press. I've got a whole bunch of dies for that. This is a fantastic way of keeping tape, by the way. Find yourself a pole. And then my pride and joy is my high lead bell knife skiving machine. I use this daily. It's the biggest tool I've got, and it's the one I would recommend the most. But that is my leatherwork and studio and office tour, and there we go. The last thing I'll say is my embossing machine is currently in my kitchen, but my kitchen's a little bit of a mess, not gonna lie. Obviously all of my Alex drawers are full of supplies, hardware, glues, sandpaper. You don't want to see it, it's not pretty, but that's where all of that is kept. And then I've got a little Dremel on the side for doing sanding that I don't want to do by hand. But yeah, my embossing machine is elsewhere currently. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this I hope you enjoyed the studio tour. As again, if there's anything that you particularly want to know where I got it from, I haven't linked in the description. There's 1,000 things in my studio, but I would love to give you the details. Just reach out. My details are in the description box below, and I will see you next time. Have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next time. Take care.